All right, good evening. My name is Marty Savinsky. I'm part of Team 2 for MOL 630. This is our leadership project. Name of our team is Two Girls and a Guy, and I am interviewing today with Monica, an executive for United States Postal Service. Good evening, Monica. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you,
Thanks for
Marty.
coming today, making a trip up from Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
So-
it's always good to come home.
Yeah. So if you could please introduce yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Monica Nevins. Like you said, I have a script here, but I don't need my script. I usually don't give up my age, but I will because I want to, kind of stress how the program actually helped me become an executive. I too am a graduate of the MOL program, and I know we're going to talk about that a little later. But I am an executive senior plant manager for the United States Postal Service. I've been in the Postal Service for 18 years. I've been an executive for going on 3 years now. I have one son. My son is in college right now. He's a senior at Utica College, which is, of course, not too far. I'm hoping that he will get his master's at Medaille, of course. Great program for especially what he wants to do. That's really it for an intro.
Okay, great. I think you covered how long you worked for United States Postal Service. Can you kind of tell where you started off and how you got kind of with the
I actually started, well, the Postal Service is a unique organization because it's kind of like grassroots. You can grow. They hire from within. I started out as a casual carrier, and then I got promoted to a supervisor, entry-level supervisor, and took a really quick jump and went up to a mid-level manager. Did most of my career here in Buffalo. For 15 of my 18 years were in Buffalo. And then I graduated from the MOL program in 2011. And as I tell you, not less than a year after graduating from the program, my career just skyrocketed. I became an executive actually within 6 months of graduating from the MOL program. So thank you to the MOL program, and thank you, Dr. Sullivan. That's a little shout out to Dr. Sullivan there. She's always my favorite.
She said you were one of her favorite students also.
All right.
All right, kind of tell me a little bit about what a senior plant manager is responsible for, and kind of give us a day-to-day. What do you kind of do day-to-day in your job?
A lot. As a senior plant manager for the Western Pennsylvania District, I'm basically responsible for about 5,000 employees. I don't manage them, supervise them directly, but I have executive plant managers that report to me. I have mid-level managers that report to me. And then beneath them is a layer of supervisors. But in all, about 5,000 employees. And I'm basically responsible for all of the mail processing activities for all of Western Pennsylvania. Let's see, I told you how many employees that I'm responsible for. I have 6 mail processing facilities, 3 very large plants, and then 3 smaller plants. I have 3 plants in Pittsburgh. And then I have 1 plant in Altoona, 1 plant in Johnstown, PA, and 1 plant in Erie, PA, which of course is like borderline. You see, we're very close to Western New York. Day to day, I pretty much, at the start of my day, we basically really review yesterday's performance. What went well, what didn't go well. I do a lot of planning. I interact daily with, the different departments. For example, I'll interact with finance at the beginning of my day because I want to know how we did with the budget, how we did with work hours, overtime hours, etc. I deal a lot with HR when to discuss any personnel issues. We're doing a lot of hiring right now for Christmas. So we bring on a lot of temporary employees for our peak season. So we're doing a lot with hiring right now. We just brought on, in my district alone, probably about 180 to 200 temporary employees just for the month of December. Deal a lot with HR also when we with safety. If we had any accidents the previous day, accident prevention. I have a maintenance department. I deal with them every day. Transportation. So very busy day. Most of my time is spent on telecoms. I can spend easily 8 hours a day from the start of my day to the end of my day on telecoms. But in an organization as large as ours, communication is important. So we have to communicate within the district, amongst other districts. I deal a lot communicating with you all here in Western New York a lot, Eastern Area Office, headquarters, etc. So very busy day, planning.
Yeah, sure it is. I know you touched on a little bit earlier that you did graduate from the Masters of Organizational Leadership program. Kind of talk about your experience, a little bit about the class, and maybe how you incorporate that from what you learned from the program to your interactions with the United States Postal Service.
You know, I'm very happy that I chose the MOL program, and the program really taught me a lot about leadership. I've always been a leader. You know, my mother said I came out of the womb a leader. I actually told the doctor what to do, like cut the cord, do this, do that. But the MOL program actually, it actually provided the basis of the actual science of leadership. What does it actually mean? And it kind of breaks it down. And even if you are a leader or born a leader or have leadership tendencies, you really need to know how to leverage those skills. And the MOL program did just that. Between the study group, the study group experience, which I tell you, the study group experience was the best. And I say it's the best because you never know what type of team you're going to be on. And even in my workplace now, I walked into a group of folks that were already there. So you don't always have the ability to change your team. So it's important for you to be able to deal with different people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different age groups, with different experiences, and you all still have to reach a certain goal. So you have to put biases aside. You have to really bear down and like when we had the study group, we had a paper due and a presentation every week. So we had to work together and collaboratively come up with a good presentation. So I would say the study group experience was probably the most beneficial for me. And as a result of that, it's very easy for me now to deal with any group and make sure, you know, whatever goal we have in mind, make sure we get that accomplished.
Yeah, I would agree. The group dynamics, we definitely learn. It's funny how the groups come together, and we're pretty much with the same team in the MOL program throughout. But I know the
Have you changed
Service,
your group yet?
just one or two people. Other than that, we've kind of been solid together.
Okay.
But I know one thing different about the Postal Service is, and I don't know if you had us read that book, Good to Great, I think Jim Collins.
Let me tell you, that is one book that is in my desk that I constantly refer to. It was the best.
Yeah, I agree. And the only thing I think it's different, and we have to take a version of it, is he talks about, you know, getting the right people on the bus and stuff like that. We don't have the choice. So I think the other programs and them all, other lessons we learn is how to, you know, grab from the dynamics of other groups and how to learn it and actually work as a team. And I think it's definitely valuable.
You know what else was really valuable? And during the course when we took it, the finance course, and I don't know if they called it finance or budget.
Finance for leaders?
Yes. Which, that was a bear of a course. It was a bear of a course. But I tell you, I can actually now, and never before could I can go and read our financial report. I can read I know exactly, you know, what our profit was, what our loss was, what our expenses were, and that actually makes sense to me now. And knowing that, it helps me make better decisions in my position. So I tell you, it was a bear of a course. I almost called it quits. I almost called it quits a couple of times. But it just amazes me how I'm able to just understand our business much better just with that course. And all the courses. They were just, it was a while ago, and I can't remember all, but some of them really stuck out, and that one was really beneficial to me.
Good. You know, also as the ML program, we cover a lot of like leadership styles and skills. How would you rate yourself as a leader, or what kind of style do you think you use?
I'm a servant leader, and I say that because I really learned, the program also taught me how to be humble. The program humbled me. It really did, because I thought I had to do a lot myself, and I don't have to do it myself. I have to get other people to do it. But I'm a servant leader because I don't just, you know, you've heard that difference between a manager and a boss, of course, you know, or a leader and a boss. You know, a boss tells, a leader, you know, instructs, or the differences. And I have learned to become more of a leader as opposed to a boss. I get down in the trenches with my team. I work with them. I have a title, executive plant manager, but I don't see myself any more important or any different than the lowest level employee in the organization. So I have the title, but the program really taught me what it means to be a leader and the responsibility that comes with being a leader. People rely on me and they depend on me, and the program, it really did. It helped me to just, like I said, it taught me the science of it. And with my experience, I already had a lot of experience in management, but the program took me to another level.